Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
That incredible performance was from Skylar Cole, singing our national anthem. Happy New Year's Eve. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports for the NBA. We're all dressed up and ready to go. Along with Greg Anthony and Brent Perry and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Got one more great treat for you folks. Joining us on our broadcast is Shams Charania. Shams, so great to have you with us. Thanks for taking the time to take a seat and join us here courtside.
Star-studded group, the pleasure is all mine. I appreciate you guys so very much for having me aboard.
Look at the smile on Brent Perry's face. He is thrilled to have you here courtside with us.
Absolutely. Super excited about it.
And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And I think for the Celtics, they know they're up against some fierce competition, but they believe in themselves and believe that they belong in the top spot.
Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. In at the forward spots, we'll see Barrett and Barnes. Dick is out there with Emmanuel quickly, and it's Pirtle in at the center position. And for the Celtics, Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. The small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. And it's Porzingis in at the 5, roaming the paint. It'll be the Raptors off the tip. So Shams, our NBA champion Boston Celtics. Last year, a terrific record from beginning to end. Could this be a dynasty in the making?
They have all the necessary ingredients. When you think about their top players, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, this is a group that's locked in for the long term. They have Kristaps Porzingis, Jrue Holiday, Derek White, Al Horford returning. This is a team that has potential to win for the next 3 to 5 years, and that starts with having your key players and your top players locked in. When you think about the teams with dynasty potential in today's NBA, the Celtics have to be at the top of the list.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, Kevin, briefly spoke with Joe Mazzulla. Coach had praise for one of the opponents tonight, the versatile Scotty Barnes. He told me Scotty's somebody that can do it all. He can score, pass, rebound, and defend multiple positions. That's rare for a player his age. So, Kevin, Scotty's still growing as a player.
Thanks, David. Pirtle, the pass to Barnes. Clock at 4. They get the rebound. Out to Barrett. No good from outside.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Holiday against Quickly. The wide open look here for Porzingis. Offline with his 3. Toronto, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. When you think about the great teams that we have seen and the great seasons that we have watched over the many decades, where do you think historically Boston's season will be placed?
The greatness of the Celtics can be measured in any one of their players can win an MVP, whether it's Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Jrue Holiday. They all have the ability, and Kristaps Porzingis, to all win individual accolades, but what makes them so great is they can sacrifice and be one for each other. Think about starting fives. The 2017 Warriors, the 24, 25, 25, 26 Celtics. For years to come, this Celtics group has a chance to compete.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. And things can get so intense when NBA rumors start flying, Shams. You know that. The teams are just kind of holding on sometimes for dear life. What is it like when you break a major NBA story, like you've done numerous times?
It's like when your heart skips a beat, Kevin. It's like when you feel like you are in such a rush and there's a surge of excitement that hits every particle of your body. Every profession obviously has a big payoff, but everything happens so fast. But when it happens, it makes all the hard work worth it, but it certainly brings a great feeling. And I definitely get goosebumps to this day.
You get goosebumps, but the hard work you put in to get that story, I know what you guys go through. It is amazing the hours you spend on it.
365, 24/7.
Dick, that's good.
So much balance when Dick's in the air. Always able to square his chest and make a confident stroke.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. The kid, he's checked in for Jason Tatum. Olynyk, he's checked in for Toronto. And as the salary cap looks set to rise significantly, Shams, any major effects that you can anticipate?
It won't be like the year the Warriors signed KD. They're going to smooth the cap's numbers, and it's not going to spike quite the same. But these numbers will continue to get eye-popping when you think about player salary, and you have to keep in mind luxury tax and the new second apron that came into play with the collective bargaining agreement, and that will play a part in how teams build, not putting yourself in a restricted position to continue to build winning organizations.
A lot of moving parts to contend with, but boy, a lot on the horizon. Here's quickly after Drew Holiday's score.
Defensively, you have to account for quickly when he's on the floor. He knows how to generate offense in a hurry.
Toronto shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
First free throw is good.
You get quickly out there, and he's a bit of a rascal, right? Offensively, he can score inside, he scores outside. He just causes some problems out there.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Abaji's checked in, and it's Brown in for Grady Dick. And quickly drops them both.
You can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
We've got 1:13 left in the first quarter of the game. Holiday, the pass to White. Back to Holiday. Just 5 on the clock. Boston needs to get off his shot. Fires the three. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
Boy, does that help. When Drew Holiday's connecting from the three-point line, it opens up so much of the floor.
Quickly kicks to Olynyk. Back to Quickly. Releases. And that one goes long.
He wants that one over again. I guarantee that. Nobody's even in the neighborhood.
34 seconds left in the first. Outside Holiday. Here's the kid. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
And sharing the ball has always been a strength for Holiday.
Raptors trail by 3. Quickly looking it over. From downtown. And again, Toronto no up. Outside Holiday. There's a screen. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Celtics out in front, up by 3. We've got more in store for you right after this. And we're getting back to the action in our New Year's Eve broadcast. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
And Shams, we know you are so connected and on top of so many great stories and players and trends in the NBA. I have to ask, what is your, like I'm talking to my teenage daughter, what is your screen time like? You've got to be in front of that computer and clearly in front of your phone every minute, or at least most every minute of every hour of every day.
It's not as high as it needs to be, Kevin, I'll tell you that much. And thankfully, it's not always like that, but certainly at the biggest times of the year, free agency, draft, trade deadline, it is certainly up there, almost in the 19 to 20 range. Kevin, what's your screen time? I feel like you might have a high screen time. You want to be plugged in. I know it.
I take 2 months off in the summer, but for those 10 months, it's 7 days a week, a lot like you. But I know how much happens in the offseason. That's my interest in sitting next to you here courtside tonight, is that you're watching this game, but your mind is always thinking about this and that, and it never ends. Like, you must not get much sleep. You cannot get much sleep, right? My goodness.
We do get sleep, but your offseason is my season, Kevin, and I want to make sure as we get this season going, I'm able to inform you.
And you always do. You always do. So the Raptors 5 right now. We've got Brown. Barnes out there with Olynyk. And it's Mitchell. And it's Abaji in at the 3 slot. So Shams, the Raptors finally traded their terrific wings, Pascal Siakam and OG Anunoby. We know how the other teams that got those players made out, New York and Indiana. They were terrific and helped those teams. How did the Raptors make out when all was said and done?
Both of those players were upcoming free agents. It was difficult to judge the trade market, but with that said, the Raptors were able to get draft picks plus young, exciting talent like Canadian RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickley. But let's factor in the biggest key here. It's Scotty Barnes. He is their future. He's their untouchable. He's who that front office feels great about as their cornerstone moving forward.
Love Barnes. Love him. Tatum, no good.
His touch has left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
Here's Brown. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
There's the pick. Tatum wide open. He fires one. Buries it from three-point range. Tatum's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Celtics. You communicate so much with NBA GMs. You talk with owners. You talk with personnel people. Knowing what they do, what is an overlooked part of how they operate their day-to-day jobs with these NBA teams?
A few things for me, Kevin. It is the relationships with agents, with other teams. Are they trusted? Do they have the trust of others? That is of importance, certainly. How well connected are they within the organization? How are they building their own front office in their own buildings? But their thirst for information, their ability to use information to strategize, that is something that occurs every single day. Because if you know something is happening with a specific team, that could shape how you want to strategize your team moving forward.
New group in now for the Raptors. Hey, Shams, it seems like with these younger teams coming, we may be witnessing a transfer of power in the NBA. What do you think?
It's really due to the parity that we're seeing in the league, and we haven't seen this much parity in a really long time. It's wide open for teams in both conferences, in the East and West, to claim that top perch. We have to give the league a lot of credit. There's tons of parity.
Which I think is leading to expansion talk, correct? We've got so much talent right now, we can kind of let it ooze out a little bit to some other areas.
Certainly expansion, a couple more teams in the league, but the league really loves where they're at now. And any given year, anyone can win.
And here's Barrett. After Jason Tatum getting his shot to go from deep. Barnes outside. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Barnes has got 15.
And matching the three from the other end, Barnes giving no ground.
Brown outside.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
5 on the clock. Tatum setting the pick for Brown. From deep three-point land, it's hauled in by the Raptors. Pirtle's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Pass to quickly. Barnes outside. Pirtle sets the pick for Barnes. And it's good off the back rim and in. Barnes has got it all tied up now for the Raptors. And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. Always so much fun to have Shams join us. No one with a better pulse on the NBA.
Man, Shams is always the first guy to know about the big moves around the NBA. Love hearing what he has to say.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
The Raptors have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Barrett with this screen on Holiday. Barnes outside. Pirtle against Porzingis. The offensive rebound. Barrett for 3. That one also a miss for him, just like the other 3 attempts this game. It's White on the wing. Dick defending. Screen by Porzingis. White. And the 3-ball is good. Now it's a 5-point Celtic lead.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Barnes can't get it to go. Right side, White. Back to Holiday. Fires from deep. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Celtics lead by 5. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Here with Jason Tatum. You have been rolling early. How did you get in that rhythm?
Just staying aggressive. Just continue to get in the gym and see something go in. It feels good to see him go in early. And it feels good to have us have a good start. Hopefully we keep it up.
Yeah, it was flowing great in that first half, Jay. Thanks very much. Back to you guys.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
Hey there, everybody. Jason Tatum has put his stamp on this game, looking so dominant so far.
Well, Tatum, when he's rolling, I'm telling you guys, he can take you in any direction, from any spot, anywhere on the floor. He has every move at his disposal.
Not the Black Tornado.
Okay, fellas, now a look at the sharpshooters lining up for the three-point contest.
A bunch of long-range snipers, cold-blooded. Still a way to go with the selection process, but this is a strong start.
No question. I'd rather play alongside them than against them. And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. We're seeing a tremendous game from Scotty Barnes.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Greg, we know about the Euro step, but is the decel the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, Kevin, and you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal. It's been fun to watch, man, and I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations.
The small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White, and it's Porzingis in at the 5 spot. That's the Boston 5. Barnes outside. Right side Barrett to the paint. Barnes can't get it to go.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
Raptors trail by 8. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And Scotty Barnes continues to grow in shouldering the offensive load for his team.
The 2022 Rookie of the Year, Scotty Barnes, GA. He had a terrific rookie year, as we know. His second year may have fallen off a little bit.
Yeah, it was a bit stagnant for Scotty, but man, he had a monster third year, making his first All-Star game. The playmaking of Barnes especially took a lead.
Now, here's Barrett. Following the shot by Drew Holiday. Quickly with a wide open look. No good on the 3. Celtics leading by 6. To the inside. Here's Brown. It's rebounded by Barrett.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
Nice D from Porzingis.
The third quarter has not started well, just 1 of 4.
Jason Tatum making sure of that one.
How about the speed with which Tatum gets down the court? Awesome at reading the defense and then exploiting the opportunity in the open floor.
And Darko Rajakovic calls timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with this guy. Let's take a look at some of the numbers for R.J. Barrett.
And you can see the surge in his level of confidence lately just by looking at that true shooting percentage. It's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Recently, the Raptors made moves, Greg, to add some Canadian-born talent to their roster.
They traded for R.J. Barrett and Kelly Olynyk, 2 guys that represent Canada in international play, and were both born in Toronto, now playing for their hometown team.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Barrett. Almost halfway through the season, let's check out the standings in the East. You look at the Celtics. They're looking extremely sharp right now, poised in the top spot and playing very well. Of course, there's the Raptors, right now quite a ways down below.
And you know, for the Celtics, they've got their sights set pretty darn high right now. After what they've done this season, their goal is nothing short of a title.
A massive amount of confidence, tremendous swagger with this team, and they believe in themselves. That might be all it takes to get them where they want to go.
Pritchard, he's checked in for Boston. And Toronto also making a switch. Brown's checked in. outside Tatum. There's the three. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Here's Quickly, and misses it off the right side of the rim. Celtics leading by 8. Here's Pritchard, scoreless thus far. Good on the three-point shot.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Now, here's Quickly. Defense is right there.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Barrett against Brown. And it's Barrett penetrating. R.J. Barrett has established himself as a guy who can play a lot of different roles. Brent, a very versatile player.
A versatile player, Kevin, for sure, and the scoring has been there, but I don't think that's what you rely on with R.J. Barrett. You want him to be a complementary player that plays in different positions on the floor to put the defense at a disadvantage. He's that skilled, and he has that ability to grow that way.
And the first one at the line is good.
You look at R.J. Barrett on TV, you don't realize the guy is 6'6", 214. He's got that size along with the shooting ability and a nice overall game.
And so Barrett nails both of them. Celtics leading by 9. 1:49 left to play in the third. Tatum, that's for 2. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Tatum's got 13.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Barrett setting a pick for Quickly. Back to Barrett, and taken away by Brown. Oh, Tatum finds a way! And the Raptors with the ball. Their next game, playing at home, as the Nets come into town. To start a 3-game homestand with that game. Inside, Barrett. And Barrett slams it in.
It's awesome to have a guy at that size be able to accelerate and elevate like RJ did there.
Stolen by Quickly. And it's Barnes at the elbow. Down low. Pass to Brown. To the middle. Here's Pritchard. The kick out to Tatum. Porzingis with a screen on Barnes. Tatum's shot is off.
He was terrific shooting the ball in the first half, but he looks a little bit slower out there, possibly leg tired here in the second half.
Well, Barrett likes to shoot threes at a steady clip, and he's pretty free with those shots.
Here's Pritchard. From deep. Connects from three-point range. Pritchard's got 6 in the quarter.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets. You got to get up tighter than that. Some players you can give that much room to, but not him.
And so it's Boston, ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their defense has been active and effective. And don't go away. We'll be right back. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Raptors trail by 9. Setting the floor for the Raptors. Bruce Brown is out there with Mitchell. Then there's Scotty Barnes. Then it's Olynyk. And it's Abaji in at the 3, the small forward. Mitchell kicks to Brown. The baseline J. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Boston leading by 7. Here's Pritchard. Horford with the screen on Mitchell. The three-pointer is right on target. Pritchard's got 9 points now in just the second half.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Well, you have to credit the aggressiveness offensively because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
So it's Toronto now, following the bucket by the Celtics. Olynyk, a screen on Horford. Here's Barnes. Master Olynyk goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And really, the improvement as a finisher is noticeable for Kelly Olynyk.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. Boston making a switch here. Holiday's checked in. The Raptors also with a sub. Emmanuel quickly, he's checked in for Brown. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Listened in on what Joe Mazzulla told his team. He demanded something of his guys. He said, I'm not satisfied yet. Are you? You've worked hard, but we need to keep piling it on. Don't give them any hope. Guys?
Thank you, David. Here's Pritchard. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. They grabbed their own miss. The kid, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. And the Celtics lead by 10. Here's Barnes. Bank shot, no good. For Boston, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Horford sets a screen for Tatum. Tatum from 3.
Oh, another huge night for Tatum. One of the top scorers in the NBA. Jason beats you in so many different ways.
Olynyk, a screen on Horford. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. 6 on the shot clock. Rebound by the kid. The kid's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Pritchard. Pass to the kid. Picked by Horford. Pritchard passes to Horford. Over Barnes. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Horford's got his first points of the game.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
Now, here's Barrett. Hurdle with a screen on Tatum. Here's Barrett. And Barrett slams it in.
You love that. Just that quick first step. And RJ up and over the D.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear. And immediately. Some changes for Boston. Zinkas is checked in for the kid. Jaylen Brown comes in for Al Horford. And it's White in for Pritchard. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Holiday, the pass to Tatum, over Barnes. Tatum, no good. Raptors trail by 13. It's Barrett on the wing. And the three off target. Celtics have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor, and the shot goes down.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Boston.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Jason Tatum.
And guys, I just felt he was tremendous tonight. His energy infected his teammates, and the wrecking ball on both ends.
Here's Quickly. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Well, games moving fast. Quickly is a little bit faster.
Boston leading by 13. Outside, White. Porzingis sets the pick for White. Toronto grabs the miss. Now, here's Quickly. Unloads from 13. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
Well, at this point, they're just trying to get back in sync. You want to play a good brand of basketball.
Consistency definitely is a key to some of the playoff performing teams, and tonight they just did not find it in this contest.
And Barrett has got the ball here for the Raptors. 11-point game. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Austin with the ball. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Porzingis can't hit. And it's the Raptors' ball. Barrett kicks to Pirtle. From the arc. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step to becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Jason Tatum.
ステーション